Well, everything here is simple, in my opinion. It's just that we are very tolerant and constantly want to behave the way other democratic countries. We give people the opportunity to realize their, kind of irrelevance today. It's another front and can be opened. Again, it was opened from time to time in Ukraine to destabilize the situation internally. Well, due to the fact that they are expelling priests, they're expelling them. We must protect them because it is our right to perform our ritual actions here. First, there is an absolutely legal decision of the state regarding status of both Ukrainian Orthodox Church in Ukraine and the Ukrainian Orthodox Church in Kievo-Pechersk-Lavra. Well, that is, Church must realize this reserve and the state will decide absolutely legally motivated who will use the Kievo-Pechersk-Lavra in a ceremonial sense, and it will definitely not be a Russian branch of the Russian Church. We finished the work of creating a single local church in Ukraine. Well, the state definitely needs more, in my opinion, and we will talk about it in different ways, to react more harshly to, first of all, criminal actions that are in relation to the topic of clergymen, yes, who have in a walls where they keep Russian propaganda, literature, and communicate constantly with Russian curators and so on. Give a proper assessment to the calls for the overthrow of Ukrainian statehood as much, which are heard from the official leaders of the Ukrainian Orthodox Church and the parishioners of this church. Very serious accusations, which require parishioners to contact law enforcement agencies. The Ukrainian Orthodox Church will lose all opportunities to somehow influence on eternal word of Ukraine, and Ukrainian Orthodox Church will gradually go to Russian cities and do something there, and in Ukraine there will be only an Orthodox Church of Ukraine. It seems to me that this provincial inferiority complex, which followed Ukrainian statehood for 30 years, it is still given in signs. All this must be finished if a person shows disloyalty. Again, I have already said this several times, disloyal to Ukrainian statehood as a concept. He must either get certain legal problems on the territory of Ukraine, or he must excuse me, I will speak directly, because again, after all, this is not about freedom of belief or freedom of speech, it is about intolerance which brought war to our country. Then either she must be legally responsible for it within the framework of current legislation, or a church must go to Russia and say anything there, and this should not bypass us. Just today, everything that is happening around the Ukrainian Orthodox Church will allow this path to finally be closed, yes, surgically closed there, and we will do it any case. And today we have a unique, yes, it seems to me that this unique chance, when it was possible to solve everything very quickly and painlessly, was during the first 3 to 6 months of the war. Then it was possible to simply physically clean out a lot of pro-Russianism. Today it is a little more difficult, but again a little harder. It doesn't mean impossible. And today we have enough courage to go down with this path legally motivated. And there should be, I emphasized once again, a single canonical Ukrainian church in Ukraine. I want to emphasize, and obviously if the Russian Orthodox Church, then the Ukrainian Orthodox Church of Moscow Patriarchate is also guilty of Russia's genocidal war against Ukraine. Do you understand the absurdity of what is happening today in the whole world? I mean, when we talk about the UN, and that is why I would not pay attention to all these resolutions regarding the violations of the right of believers in Ukraine, because, and again I emphasize this, the democratic world to which Ukraine belongs clearly understands the fictitious of nature of these reports. These reports are not taken into account. They do not carry any consequences consequences. It is clearly that only Russian Federation violates human rights in Ukraine. All that Ukraine is doing is protecting the space, including religious space, including getting rid of the influence of Ukrainian Orthodox Church. And I empathize once again that yesterday's action of the Ukrainian Orthodox Church on the territory of the Kievo-Pecherovsk Lavra indicates that it is part of the Russian world that wants to influence the situation Ukraine internally, and which one must get rid of. The court proceeding can proceed. Please, we are not against it, but the decision, the legal decision which has already been made regarding who and how will take care of the Kievo-Pecherovsk Lavra has also been made. It will have to be finished, and I think that near future days will be fulfilled.